Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Jen, and if this is your first time here, you're definitely welcome. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. So guys, today we're going to be talking about Megan versus Carl Crawford of 1501 Certified Entertainment. So you guys know this lawsuit has been going on for a few years now, probably about 3 or 4 years. And let's start from the beginning basically. So Megan signed with 1501 and 300 Entertainment, which is a distribution company, in 2018. At the time, Carl was working with a guy named T. Ferris, who is his business partner. Well, he's a former business partner now, seeing that he pretty much backstabbed Carl Crawford based on what Carl said. Went behind his back. He took Megan to Rocnation and he had her signed with them. As you guys know, Megan is an adult, so she technically signed the contract, blase blase. And in 2020, she attempts to renegotiate her deal with 1501, claiming that she was young at the time. Mind you, Megan was about, let's say, 23 at the time when she signed the contract, so obviously she wasn't too young and she wasn't too old to not know the outcome of signing a contract. You usually have lawyers involved, if I'm not mistaken, or a lawyer, and she was pretty much saying how she didn't know any better. And at this time, I'm just like, what do you mean you didn't know any better? And your mom pulled up the contract for you, but you know, whatever. Because she said and claimed that she was so young at the time when she signed the contract, Rocnation, when she signed with them, decided to point out the fact that she had a 360 deal with 1501, where they get the proceeds of everything that Meg does. She gets 40% while they get 60%. And based on what I've seen so far on the internet, and as far as like interviews with former artists or current artists, a lot of people have been saying that for a first-time contract, Megan's actual contract from 1501 is pretty good compared to like other people's first contracts, which is like, I don't know what Megan is talking about, but based on industry standards, it's pretty normal and it's actually a good deal. But who am I to say? Pretty much in the battle of their whole thing, 1501 did try and pretty much stop her from putting out music, but the judge ruled against them. He put out a restraining order on them. So Megan was able to give them 3 albums to fulfill her legal obligation. But Carl, on the other hand, is pretty much not accepting the album Something for the Hotties because he says it's old recycled music and claims that Megan pretty much still owes him an album. Unfortunately for Megan, we'll see what the outcome of that is when the judge rules in this case. Pretty much Carl said that Megan has not paid 1501 since 2019 and he just wants his 30%. He just wants the company to get their 60%, and pretty much like Megan, I guess, has been dodging them since 2019, but based on what she says, she's also stating that 1501 owes her money since 2019. But what I'm confused about is, how can they pay her if they're not getting paid? Does that make any sense? Because if she's making music and it's selling, but she refuses to pay them when she's getting this amount of money for everything that she does, how does she expect them to pay her? But maybe somebody in the industry can break it more down to me, because I'm not quite sure how that works. Based on what I googled, Megan is currently making $200,000 per show, so homegirl got the money. So maybe she would be able to buy herself out of this deal, but I'm not quite sure. But I do find it kind of weird that Rocnation hasn't bought her out of this quote-unquote bad contract. I mean, if the contract is that bad and she's trying to get out of it so bad, how come she just doesn't buy herself out, or Rocnation buys her out? Which is what Carl pretty much said, like they have all these billionaires like Jay-Z and whatnot. How come they haven't bought her out? That's a good question. And Megan pretty much filed a countersuit stating that she wants $1 million in damages for royalties not paid and excessive charges. But Carl is claiming that the lawsuit is baseless and that she still owes 1501 millions, which, yeah, since 2019, if they haven't been paid, trust me, all that show money and merch and all of that stuff, it adds up. So probably millions that she owes them, if I'm not mistaken. And she said she wants a statement for all of the money that they spent on her. And she was like, this was on Twitter, by the way, or on Instagram, I'm not sure, but she said Carl put his jewelry on the statement of things that they've used for her career so far. I don't know how much I believe that, but we'll have to see when it's all said and done. I just feel like Megan got caught up. I think she got caught up in the fame and the Instagram and celebrities and all of that stuff. And you know, seeing Jay-Z, seeing Beyonce, I feel like she might have gotten a little bit starstruck. She did the Savage remix with Beyonce, and you know, she got a Grammy for that as well. And I just feel like she decided to ditch Carl just to come up in the music industry. This is all alleged, by the way. I can't confirm or deny this, but I just feel like she saw Roc Nation. She saw herself becoming an even bigger star, so she just decided to ditch Carl because he's just a hood boy from Houston who just happened to make it to MLB. But I'm just like, Carl, even though he's not a big name in the music business yet, at the end of the day, he wasn't a former MLB star. This guy's worth millions of dollars. I mean, just look it up. He's worth millions of dollars. He's living comfortably, and he just decided to try music just because. You feel me? He doesn't have to work a day in his life, but he decided to take a chance on Megan. But unfortunately for him, it bit him in the ass because he didn't know too much about the music industry. T Ferris took advantage of him. I feel like Carl's gonna bounce back. You know, he has Erica Banks, he has a few other artists. Hopefully that works out in his favor. And with Megan, to me, it's like the contract that your mom helped to negotiate, it wasn't that bad. Just go ahead and complete it, move on with your life. Hopefully the judge says the albums that you've given them are good enough. If they're not, then provide another album, and hopefully this album does good as well. And at the end of the day, the judge is gonna tell us who is right and who is wrong. Is it Megan or is it Carl? Long story short. And to me, Megan just has way too many hands in the pot. She has way too many deals going on. And she pretty much just forgot who helped her to get out of that one-bedroom apartment when no one wanted to sign her. Long story short, and that's what Carl pretty much said. Like, nobody wanted to sign her. And when he met her, she was in a one-bedroom apartment. There's nothing wrong with a one-bedroom apartment. She's come a long way pretty much. And he helped to make Megan what she is today. You feel me? And what do you guys think about Megan? Do you think she's an opportunist for signing with Roc Nation? Do you think she's a liar as well, making it seem like Carl didn't do much for her when he actually did a lot for her, when he was the one funding everything pretty much? And do you feel like Carl gave her a bad deal, which is why she had to jump ship? So you guys let me know. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. And as always, it's been fun. I'll see you in my next one. Peace.
Thank you.